we betting on, man? What are we betting on? Black?
We got fucked in the other game, so we're gonna bet 500 on black. We're probably gonna get in trouble for filming, but fuck it.
That's right, fishes. We're back at it in Las Vegas, Nevada, and we are gonna get this rotisserie chicken spinning as we get to hang out with friends. We get to meet a bunch of poker celebrities as well as a lot of content creators, but more on those tilapias a little later. Our day starts off with us walking our asses to the MGM Grand while meeting and chugging beers with random people along the way.
1, 2, go.
Fish, you got it.
We end up meeting with the homies at the MGM Grand and witness our buddy Kieran from Close to Broke put $1 billion on 22 and $1 zillion on black.
22 black, 22 black, 22 black, 22 black. 22 black.
Hey, yo.
Oh shit! Oh! Yes! What the hell? Yes! Come on! Dude, hey, come on, man! Dude! What the hell? It's a fish slug. What an epic moment to witness, let alone catch it on camera, but we're here to be degenerates at the poker table, so we end up at Resorts World. We sit at a table and unfortunately we're completely card dead, and the only hands worthy of mentioning is when we get dealt ace queen on the small blind and 3-bet it to 35 after the late position opponent makes it 10 bucks. It gets back to the original aggressor and he 4-bets me to $90. My 3-bet range from the small blind is already tighter than your mom, so getting 4-bet in this spot is incredibly strong. There's just not enough alcohol in me to make this call just yet, but don't worry my fellow tilapias, we are about to fix that, as this just wouldn't be a fish poker vlog without a beer chugging challenge.
Here with my boy Jimmy. Jimmy, the beer chugging challenge. You already messed up by putting in the line, but
I'm not a pro.
1, 2, go.
Oh man. No, he's not gonna stop though. Yeah, that's right. The next and last hand we get to play here at the Resorts World is when we get dealt pocket aces and eventually end up on the river firing off a $20 bet versus the one and only PK Poker.
All right, we got PK Poker in the house.
Cheers.
My man, hey, so you're gonna be representing all the Europeans.
Oh yeah, I do.
Because you're challenging me and, well, I'm challenging you. Well, I don't know how
Yeah,
that
we are
works.
both challenging each
Challenging
other.
So,
Yeah.
good luck.
Good luck.
Do it for all the Europeans, okay?
For all the Europeans.
1, 2, go.
You got this. Yeah. He tried.
Hell
I
yeah.
thought I was fast, but definitely no chance versus you. I think I can't hear him call.
Yes, you can. You can definitely hero call. There's only $20 in there.
Yeah, but look,
That's good.
that's good. Is that enough?
That's gooder.
Not only did he lose the beer chugging challenge, but he also lost this pot, and even though I had only been playing for about an hour, we end up leaving booking only a small profit of 20 bucks.
Hey, Locke, can I see your? I want to see your haircut. Can I see your Cindy's not here haircut? Let me see. Look at this guy.
Hey, man.
My man. How you doing, man? Are you up on the trip yet or not?
I am way ahead. I'm with you.
What are you grateful for, man?
I think I'm just happy to be a part of this community, man. It's been good to me.
It's been really good to you.
After getting to meet a few of my favorite poker content creators, my poker herpes was starting to flare up, so we end up at the Golden Nugget to get this poker itch scratched. One quick announcement before we get into our stupid poker hands. Ladies and gentlemen, fishes and fishettes, we are having a meetup game Saturday, August 6th at 1 p.m. at the Hustler Casino. Our fellow poker vloggers Andrew Locke and Doug McCusker are gonna be joining us. We're gonna be donating money all freaking night. I'll be taking chugging contests if anybody would like to take a shot at the title. We are gonna get this party started at the Golden Nugget where there's no cap on the amount of money you can buy in for. On top of that, cash money plays as long as they're all Benjamins, but we're not gonna get fancy schmancy with all that. We are only gonna buy in for $300, which is 150 big blinds at this 1-2 game. We sit down at the table where the dealer asks us if we would like to buy the button, and even though we didn't come all the way to Las Vegas to be a rock, I respectfully declined. It only took a few free hands for me to notice that the gentleman sitting to my left had his check engine light on as he was incoherently drunk. I witnessed this man raise every single hand he was dealt to and get multiple callers on every freaking hand. Everybody at the table knew that this man's lights were on, but no one was home. For this first hand of the night, I'm in middle position looking down at these Brokeback Mountain Cowboys. We take a risky route and limping, knowing that our hammered opponent is gonna raise. It's action on the drunk guy and he fucks everything up. He grabs 3 chips out of his stack, throws them into the pot, then he goes back into his chip stack, grabs more chips and puts those into the pot. The problem with that is that is called a string bet. You see, you're only allowed 1 forward motion per action, and his forward motion was when he threw in the $3. His second forward motion was when he reached back into his chip stack to grab more betting chips. My plan has gone down the drain, but fear not, my fishes is sweet baby Jesus got my back when the small blind opponent wasn't paying attention and he puts out $4 thinking he's calling the drunk guy's bet. In reality, his $4 is now considered a raise, which means that I can now re-raise. The big blind calls the remaining 2, the under the gun player calls the remaining 2, and when it's action on me, I re-pop it to 25. It's action on the drunk guy and he doesn't disappoint me as he re-pops me to 50. It folds all the way back around to me and there's just one move here. I'm all in. The drunk guy thinks about it for a little bit and says,
I probably can't.
This ice is gonna take longer to melt as he counts his chip stack 5 chips at a time. The whole time he's been counting, he hasn't said call nor he has done any forward motions that would indicate a call up until here. Of course, there's a stupid ace on the flop that's almost expected when you have these Brokeback Mountain Cowboys, but not today, devil. These Cowboys are gonna hold up versus 10 deuce. The Doyle Brunson hand goes up in flames and we're gonna take this pot down. Look at this. I don't know if you guys know who this is.
I don't know.
Man, Jesus Christ, I'm a little starstruck. But miss, what are you freaking grateful for? What are you grateful
What am I grateful for? I guess having a good support system with friends and the fucking poker community. I love the poker community. It's been amazing to me. So that's what I'm grateful for.
Hell freaking yeah, Matt Berkeley said the same exact thing. For this next hand of the night, we're in a new table. We've left the table with the drunk guy, and even though we would have loved to have taken all of his money, we move over to another table where my buddy Z and my buddy Daniel were currently playing, because there's nothing better than taking money from your friends, right? Right? Or is that just me? Anyone? Anyway, for this next hand of the night, we're in middle position looking down at Ace-8 offsuit. The under the gun player has put out a $4 straddle to which one player calls. When it's action on me, I go on and bump it up to $20. Our only customer is our opponent on the button, and we're gonna go heads up out of position to a flop of 8-9 deuce rainbow. We've hit middle pair, and since we're first to act, we lead out for $20, and my opponent immediately goes all in for a $1.25. This is the second time this opponent has done this to me, and it's getting kind of annoying. I'm not getting the right price. The last time this opponent did this, I had top pair with the shitty kicker. He shoved, I folded, and then he shows me 2 pair, which is a very similar line as this one. Just like the movie Frozen, I let it go and my opponent shows me a 9. We did do the right laydown, but it's not a good feeling when you start losing your profits. Man, that's so cool to freaking meet you here and stuff. You know, have you ever been in a position, in a situation where you tell somebody, do you know who I am, to get away from stuff?
Never.
Never?
Because I'm just like, I assume that nobody knows or watches my stuff, and if they do, I'm like, oh great, watch my stuff, like, you must think I'm crazy.
Well, that line would work on me. It's nice meeting you.
Yes, man. Good luck out there.
Now we've put a button straddle, so the under the gun player is first to act. He folds along with the rest of the table except the small blind and the big blind. It's action on me now, and I'm looking down at Queen 10 offsuit. This is a pretty good spot to be aggressive, so I go on and make it 25. My only customer is the opponent on the big blind, and we are going heads up to a flop of ace jack deuce rainbow. My opponent checks, I see bet for 16 bucks, and even though I have nothing, my nothing is probably better than my opponent's nothing because he lets his nothing go, and we are gonna take this one down with nothing. Now we're under the gun looking down at ace 9 offsuit. The fucks I should be giving are quickly diminishing as the beers are starting to kick in. I make it 16. The opponent to my left makes the call, the button makes the call, and once it gets to the big blind, he decides to go all in for $47. Now I know ace 9 is currently not the best hand, but my fish radar is running on all cylinders because remember when I mentioned me giving less and less fucks? Well, that hasn't changed. There's so much dead money out there that if I just flat the remaining 30, I'm gonna price all these other fishes in, and that's something that we really don't want. I do what a fish does and I repop this mother effort to 150 in hopes that the other players fold, as I don't want this to go multi-way. That works. Both late opponents fold and we immediately regret our decision as we flop trips. A deuce on the turn and a 5 on the river seals the deal as he only turns over a 4. Either way, we are gonna take another chunky pot down.
It's the one and only Miss Lexi Gavin. Miss, you fucking climbed up the YouTube ranks real quick. Are you used to the fame yet?
It's crazy. Like, I have people coming up to me and they're just like, I love your vlog, I watch it every day. And it's amazing. I love it.
I don't know what that feels like. My mom knows who I am, and that's it. Hey, we are rooting for you, okay?
We are running hotter than your mom as we pick up a few more sizable pots before we look down at Queen 10 offsuit. The under the gun player raises it to $5. I make the call as well as a few people along the way, and we're gonna go 6 ways to a flop of Queen 5-6 rainbow. The blinds check it over to me, the original aggressor checks it as well, and I fire off a bet of $15. The player to my left makes the call, the button calls, and the original aggressor wakes the F up as he shoves for 113 of his hard-earned moolah. Even though I have top pair here in a pretty big pot, I just can't do it. I know I'm beat. Him check raising with 3 players behind who have called every single street and are still left to act doesn't seem like a weak hand. I'm gonna have to make the fold. My opponent to my left makes the call, shows a queen, but he instantly regrets it as our opponent who check raised shows ace queen. We are gonna dodge a bullet on this one, hell freaking yeah. For this last hand of the night, we're on the big blind looking down at ace queen offsuit. There's a few limpers before it gets to the opponent on the button who looks down at something he likes and makes it 17. I'm not a big fan of just flatting this bet, especially being out of position, so I do what any normal fish would do and repop them to 55. The under the gun player calls the 55, which is a pretty damn peculiar thing since he did just limping pre-flop, and now all of a sudden this hand is worth 55 bucks to him. The opponent on the button who makes it 17 decides to go all in for 100. It's action on me, and as stupid as this may sound, I'm not too sure if I can re-raise here. My opponent who shoved did not double my $55 bet, and I feel that if I ask the dealer if I can re-raise and the dealer says no, I'm gonna be giving away way too much information about my hand, so I just flat putting in the remaining $45. The under the gun player puts in the remaining 45 bucks as well, and we're gonna go 3 ways to a flop of 8-8 ace with 2 hearts. That's definitely not a bad flop for us. My opponent should not have any 8s in his range unless they're specifically pocket 8s, which is already pretty unlikely. I'm gonna go for some thin value. I don't want him to fold his pocket pairs or weaker aces, so I bet 15 bucks into a dry side pot and he makes the call. The turn is a 5. That shouldn't have changed anything, and at this point I'm pretty sure I'm still ahead. I fire off a bet of 20 bucks and he makes the call. We see a 7 on the river, and again that shouldn't have changed anything. I'm positive I'm still ahead, which is a pretty dangerous mentality to have at a poker game because you shouldn't be positive about anything. Nonetheless, I fire one last bet of 20 bucks. He makes the call. We turn over our hand and we are good. Unfortunately for our opponent on the button, he shows the Brokeback Mountain Cowboys and he is gonna lose a big pot, but there's no time to feel sad for him because I win a massive pot and we're feeling freaking great. Now it's time to rack up and cash in these bad boys. All right, fishes, that's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We went ahead and bought him for 300 bucks. We cashed out for a little bit over $900. Hell freaking yeah, those pocket kings in the beginning. I can't believe that guy called me with 10 deuce. The guy was obliviated. He was so freaking drunk, and you know what? I should have probably stayed at the table, but my buddy Z and my buddy Daniel were in the other table. I just wanted to go on and play some cards with them, so I went ahead and changed. But it is what it is. It was just a great night, man. I got it in really good in every situation. That 3-bet with ace queen flopped an ace versus kings really hooked it up as well. Yeah, shout out to that guy. But anyways, man, it was just a great night. So anyway, you guys like poker related content, go on and click that thumbs up button. Go on and click subscribe. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.